What we know is that in today's competitive market, that employers need and indeed hire people who demonstrate the ability to solve problems, to think creatively, to think and look outside the box, to create new products, new services, and new markets. Innovative thinking and creativity are essential for all school children in North Carolina, and we know that the arts help to develop these very skills. People across North Carolina are interested in the vital role that the arts play as a job producer, as an ability to attract workers and companies to relocate to our state, as well as sustaining jobs throughout North Carolina. Stephen referenced our message about creativity means business, which has been on the front burner for us now almost 2 years, it seems. And we have found that it really does resonate, especially with those who are involved in economic development. And I can tell you that as I travel across the state, more and more I find those economic development folks who want to talk about arts and culture and heritage as a way to create vibrant, energized communities. And the fact that they are asking that question, the fact that they're looking at those resources is something that's new and exciting. And we are there and working with them at every step of the way. Workers across the creative economy of North Carolina apply the creative thinking skills that they can learn through our arts and education programs. Another way might be for us to talk about creativity means future business, because we are in fact talking about the future. And so it is today that I am so pleased to announce that $600,000 in state and federal funds will be invested in arts and education programs and projects this next year. Is that not good news? The thing that might make it better would be if we could add a few zeros to it, but we will take that money, and I can assure you it will be put to great use all across the state. These funds will help keep creativity at the forefront of the communities and the children and the schools where so much of these programs will be fulfilled. The investment that I'm announcing today for students from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade comes despite the recent challenging legislative session that, among other cuts, cut our North Carolina arts grants by 15%. In spite of that, we are continuing to make the best investment we possibly can to ensuring the brightest future for our children. Our arts and education grants will reach 40 counties in the state, and these are some of the kinds of things that these grants will help to support. They will place professional artists in the classroom of more than 25 programs. They will allow students in close to 20 counties to experience theater and music through the Cartwheels touring program. They will provide after-school programs through the TAPS program, where elementary and middle school students work with local artists and learn an art form that has deep roots in their community. And we just saw a wonderful example of that right here. Through these grants, we will train pre-kindergarten teachers and teaching artists on how to integrate art into curriculums throughout their program. It will facilitate training of artists, teaching artists, and administrators through our Lincoln Center Institute International Educator Program. And I have to tell you, I'm so proud because North Carolina is one of 6 locations for this nationally recognized training program that's a collaboration between our North Carolina Arts Council and the Lincoln Center Institute. And it's a wonderful program, and we are delighted to be able to help provide support for that. In addition, our Arts Council, through our state arts resources programs, some of those grants will also support some of this important work, and it will help to continue to reinforce our arts and education program throughout the state. On another issue, I was very, very pleased that the General Assembly took action in this session to create an Arts Education Commission to oversee the development of a comprehensive arts education plan. That commission's recommendations include placing arts as a core academic subject. insisting that arts be a catalyst for learning across the curriculum, and reinforcing the concept that exposure to the arts is critical to North Carolina's 21st century education. We look forward to seeing those recommendations put into action. And Arts North Carolina and our North Carolina Arts Council have worked closely in this endeavor, and none of those who've been involved are going to give up on this. We're going to continue to move this initiative forward through this wonderful recommendations that were made by the Commission. I have to tell you that at the national level in May, the President's Committee on the Arts and Humanities issued a report entitled Reinvesting in Arts Education. And our State Arts Council Board just heard a report, and they learned that our A+ Schools program was cited as one of the nation's most successful arts education programs. This program was established in 1995 by the Kenan Institute for the Arts, and it's a whole school reform based on arts integration. The report cited the research on the program, which tracked consistent gains in student achievement, the school's engagement of parents and the community, as well as other measures of learning and success. It's also important to note that A+ schools with higher proportions of disadvantaged and minority students performed as well on statewide reading and mathematics assessments as students from more advantaged schools. This is called closing the gap. This is called providing programs that make a difference, and the A+ school programs has done that. Since last July, this successful program has been a part of the Department of Cultural Resources within the North Carolina Arts Council. Right here at home, a report was issued this spring also by the North Carolina Commission on Workforce Development that indicated that emerging growth industries rely on workers who can demonstrate innovation and unique capabilities. Innovation and unique capabilities. For those of you who love and care about the arts and education in our state, there is no more important issue. I believe that it's the responsibility of all of us who love the arts in North Carolina to make sure that arts are part of our state's educational program. I believe that these are the right skills for right now in our state. We can make a difference through arts in our schools. There's a popular acronym in the world of education. Many of you have heard of it, or you know of it, or you work with it, and that is STEM, S-T-E-M. It stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. These disciplines are rightly seen as critical for workforce development. But today, I'd ask you to join with me in suggesting that we add an A to STEM, an A for arts, and with that, we can move full steam ahead.